Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses. Gang, man, I just got some horrible news this morning. King Lil J just got sentenced to 9 years in the federal, not the state niggas, the federal penitentiary to 9 years and 3 years probation for having a glicky with a switchy on it, man. And the first thing that I thought about was when Chief Keef did an interview, talking about his mental health. When he smiled and he said he moved to LA, Los Angeles, California, currently where I am, unfortunately. But in this interview, he said that the thing that he loved about his life the most is that he never would have to carry a firearm ever again. Now, Lil J, I forgot how long he was in the penitentiary for. I think 7 years, something like that. Incarcerated. I know he was in Cook County and PC, and then I guess he went to the penitentiary at some point. He just got out. I think in like 2000. I don't know all that. I don't be following these guys like that. But I believe he got out in 2023, something like that. Came out with like 4 songs. First Day Clout was hard. Now I'm not y'all. I could separate the art from the artist. So yes, I still listen to R. Kelly. When I get drunk as hell, I will throw on some Michael Jackson. Pause. And everybody has something weird going on. Now, apparently, Lil J was in there messing with the men that want to be women, with the man with the plan to not be a man again. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Allegedly, I wasn't there. I don't know if that was him. I don't know how his body looks, his tattoos. He said he didn't do it. That's on him. If that's what you want to say, that's what you want to do with your life. But look, y'all have to understand, man. You have to think differently. You have to move differently when you get out of jail, bro. There's so many things that Lil J could did to avoid those situations. He could have set up interviews and shows and got permission from the states to leave, the state of Illinois, or you know what? He could have just stayed his black ass in the house. Yes, it's boring, but it's not that bad. You know what I mean? You definitely have to move smart, and you have to start with this. You got to take in new information because the point of taking in new information is to change your behavior so you won't get the same results with the same thoughts. But Lil J's about my age. He came from a hard background. I don't know if he got touched at some point. Not saying that he did. He might have just been born like that. But with all the allegations that he had on his name, his bestest best buddy in the world, King Yella, said he tried to kiss him in the mouth. That is just a nasty sentence. For me, if you like dudes and you're a dude, that's on you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong for it. Wrong with it. But when you see people like this, yes, the Chiraq Wolverine, allegedly, he got shot 16 times and he harmed people and beating people up and getting into fights and doing all these things. People like this, you have to understand. When you have certain types of secrets, when you're doing things that you don't want other people to worry about, or you don't want to be judged over, this is what tends to happen. People feel like they have to go super duper hard. People have to be overly tough. People have to be extra. You have to have that thing on you. You get to being disrespectful. And when you disrespect certain people in certain regards, you're really disrespecting yourself. You're really disrespecting God's time that He allowed you to have. Now, was he in danger? Was he really in need of that? Did he really have to move like that? Bro, when they understand who you are and what you're capable of, they're going to come after you. Now, when I was going through my legal situations in Chicago, allegedly, one thing that I do remember, the police did tell me, one cop, he told me, bro, you need to move out this area, out this neighborhood, Because if you don't, we're going to make sure that you leave this area either in a body bag or with a felony. Yes, that cop did threaten my life. And he said, we're going to be on you. At some point, true story, a lot of people don't believe me when I tell this story. Because I was selling, dope. I'm not dick. But that too, to women. But at some point, when you get a ticket with the little camera and they send you a picture of your vehicle, they sent me one of those. They sent me a picture of my vehicle, but I wasn't even in that neighborhood. And there was no speeding ticket. There was no infraction. I didn't have a court date. I didn't have a warrant after that. They just literally mailed me a picture of the back of my vehicle with me in it and the homie. And I wasn't even in that part of Chicago. So I don't know how they got it. They were stalking me. And I wasn't even doing too much. They thought I was the man, but I really wasn't. I was just nickel and diamond pretty much. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, these people are hunters. And they will stop when they feel like stopping. Which is never. They won't stop. They can't stop. No diddy. But 9 years. This man is going to be the age of a grandfather by the time he touches back down. And he's going to be on probation. Imagine your grandfather being on probation right now for all those who have grandfathers. This is serious. It's not a joke. The federal penitentiary. Do you think he's going to be in PC? He's not going to have a real reason because his ass is going to be in Indiana or Colorado. They're going to ship him somewhere, Alabama, Texas. He's not going to have the same fears that he was concerned with or the same worries or that same angst because he's not going to be in his hometown or his home state at least. But this is what happens. All of these people saying, well, I'd rather get caught with it than get caught without it. Bro, you have the capability and the availability to not be in the state of Illinois. Definitely the availability and the capability to not be in the city of Chicago. Be like Chief Keef, bro. It's okay. Nobody's going to think you're scared or you're soft or you're pussy just because you chose your life over being around the bros. Bro, you could have, like I said, you could have went on a whole bunch of no jumpers. You could have went on a whole bunch of live TVs or just kept on booking interview after interview after interview and show after show after show and just avoided being in the state of Illinois or the city of Chicago altogether and got that chicken bag in different states and moved from place to place. Shoot, you could have even took the money that you had, I don't know how much money Lil J was having, but bro, if you had $100,000 in the bank and they wanted $9,999, well, not if they wanted a certain amount of money for you to be able to make that play, bro, you're from Chicago, bro. You already know how we rock. You could have been getting money out of state. You could have patched up the relationships that were destroyed. You could have made something shake, bro. And the whole time that you were in jail, you had access to social media. You have managers. You have people that love you at the least. See, this is why it's so important to have people that love you or at least see the value in you enough to want you to avoid being in that situation, keep you alive, put them on, and build something bigger. You could have been in there meditating, doing push-ups. Now, Lil J went to prison, went to jail, and he came out looking like a plumber. Yes, he had the body of an uncle. Yes, he was built like a truck driver. Yes, he was built like an actual truck when he got out of prison. Yes, his body did look like a wet, stepped on loaf of bread when he got out of prison. It was just looking terrible. He got the extensions put in. It was just weird when he got out. Now, he did make some cool songs, but the little dances he was doing, come on, bro. You could have linked up with Drake. You could have been, I don't know if he could have got his passport and went to Canada or went to Mexico or went to London and Germany. I don't know if he could have done that, but, bro, this is what happens. You went into prison on some BS. You stayed on it. You didn't learn. You didn't read niggas read the 48 Laws of Power in prison. You could have read Angels and Demons or some Dr. Seuss book, something to get your mind right. You came out, you got that saying glizzy with the sticky. With the switchy. And guess what? Now you're doing 6ix9ine numbers, man. Now this nigga is in there with C-Mac. Free C-Mac too, man. In there with C-Mac making spreads with Crips. In the feds. That's really sad, bro. Well, this is what happens. When you waste time, time will waste you. Free Lil J. He came out on fire. His career was going pretty well. I don't even think Lil J was out for a whole 8 months. I think he was only out for like 6 months. But now he's in there and we're not going to hear from him or see anything that he has going on by the time he's a senior citizen. You got to take your life more seriously, bro. You have to plan ahead. And I know you know this idiom, but those who fail to plan to fail, my nigga. You got to be smart with your life. You got to be smart with how you move. And if you feel like you need a firearm and you can afford to spend $250 on a firearm, now they didn't say it was stolen, they didn't say it was defaced, they didn't say that it was used in any prior crimes, which they probably didn't even care. The fact that you are a felon with this firearm, with something illegal attached to it, an altered firearm, and you have priors, and you may or may not be a registered gang member. That's what they care about, bro. Black man, they don't want to see you win. The enemy has a plan for you. And if you don't have a real plan for you, they will implement your plans. If you cannot control yourself, then you certainly will be controlled. Especially when they feel like you have certain influence on the culture and influence on the other side of the world that they want to control. You're just a pawn to them. You're a pawn, and you make that choice every move that you make. You can always elevate yourself. In the game of chess, when the pawn makes it all the way to the other side of the chessboard, you can choose any power that you want to have. You could be a king, you could be a queen, you could be a rook, a knight. But I could feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, pray for Lil J. Every day, man. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together, man. Lives in the breath, breathing in. Free Lil J. Peace. Gang.